Hey everyone, I'm Ben. I'm the co-founder of CubeOne. So we are the fastest way for you to create good-looking slides. So yeah, that's everything.
Cool. And my name is Justin. I'm one of the founders of Javelin Sports, the largest drop-in volleyball community in Canada, all mobile app powered. I'm also one of the founders of Decimate.world, a kind of social activist platform aiming to solve the problem of monopolies in North America. And Ben has been kind enough to come on the startup show. So
Thanks
Ben,
for
why don't
inviting
you
me. hmm
definitely why don't you tell us all kind of what stage your company's at?
Sure. So currently we are bootstrapping, not raising any fund yet. Like a few investors talking to us, but we are more focusing on the product side. So right now we have some power user, some like very stable user base and slowly growing. So the power user means like there's somebody paying us $200 per month to use our service. Um, yeah, so currently, we actually are doing something very exciting. We call it Forge mode. Forge mode. It's basically a new feature in our app. So it makes editing stuff and tweaking the size design super easy. I will guarantee this is the fastest way you can have to create a good looking slide that you can use for any presentation. Yeah, about 10 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. And can you maybe go a bit deeper into exactly what kind of service your product provides?
Sure. So it's basically a AI slideshow app. So you go to a website, you can start by uploading your files, documents, anything you want to dump into the presentation or slide stack. And then it will plan the content for you. And then it will create the whole slide stack for you. Um, and
Do
in
you,
there,
so I
yeah,
was just going to say, do you want to actually spell your website just for everyone listening?
sure. That is getcube.one.
Perfect.
You get it.
Yeah. So AI slide deck generation. Um,
Exactly.
have you noticed a certain demographic being your main power users?
Yeah, we definitely noticed that. The major part of our user are sales team. So they're selling some kind of service, product to other individual or business. That's like main part. Other than that, there are a decent amount of founders use our app to create their investor pitch deck. And there are some educational users like the professors in the university and students. And there's some like online course creator. They just use our app to create their online course.
When did you get your first customer?
Well, that is almost 1 year ago. Like we launched the whole thing 1 year ago, and we got a huge traction. Like we launched on Product Hunt, we almost beat ChatGPT, who is launching the same day on Product Hunt. Well, we were amazed. Never
Well,
expect that.
was that a new model they were launching or?
They were launching the deep research feature.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the
Is
first
that
deep research in the market.
is that ChatGPT or Gemini?
ChatGPT.
Okay,
ChatGPT. Yes.
cool. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that's when we got customers. Mhm.
um, so you mentioned that you are making some revenue from them.
Yeah.
Um, do you know your retention metrics for that?
Well, our retention metric was garbage. I would say so. To be honest, that's why we're shipping this new feature. Like our generation pipeline is awesome. People pay big money for that. So the way they use the product is not what we expected. That they will regenerate the whole thing 40 times with the same content but slightly different style prompt, because the generation pipeline is so good, but the editing features are just garbage. So that's why we kind of rebuild the whole editing system to make it super, super simple. We call it AI can be as simple as just one regenerate button and the prompt input. And it's working like heaven for users. Yeah.
Okay, and does that work on a slide basis? So users will look at one slide and say and give it a prompt on how to edit that single slide.
Uh, It's even simpler than that.
Okay.
So, okay, I will tell you the full story. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I told you, like there are some power user paying us $200 per month, and we say, okay, this is a great signal there. So we decide to do a in-depth user discovery, and then we found out, yeah, people come for about like 1 month, 2 months, and they leave. That's very common. So we were investigating and we found out this like uses pattern that is signaling something wrong. So we have started to exploring different options like canvas where you can manually drag and drop everything with some AI feature to help you. Well, it can be super manual, even if with AI. That's just it's Canva, right? Your main interface is a drag and drop canvas, so user will use the drag and drop. So that does not work actually. So that's still a lot of manual work. And there are AI agent which we've tried that. So it promises to take over everything. You just need to talk to it, right? It will create the whole thing for you. It sounds promising, but actually it is super, super indirect. So that for most of the time, it will just get you wrong. So it feels annoying to just tell some AI over and over again who just doesn't get you. And there's templates. For example, there's a great product, Gamma. Well, they are great for many things, but people say is restricted. It's not flexible. It's Gamma slide. It's not your slide. Well, branding is super important for our user because they're selling for their company. Branding style directly tied to their performance. So we have to solve this. We cannot use template. Well, I was lost for a while, and then I frankly I figured out that what is working already in my day-to-day life. So one of my job is just to test hundreds of AI prompts that can result great slice design. So in my local server, I have this secret testing page where this is a prompt. This is like a slice renderer, right? I give a prompt, I hit a button and give me a design. I tweak the prompt and give me a different design until I'm happy with the design. Okay, this prompt is a gold for me. I need to engineer this prompt into our product. Well, as you can see, a set of the design, a company with, a company with a prompt, this slideshow is already great. It's also great, right? It is something user want. So I'm thinking, okay, in our app, actually, prompt is slides. Slides is the prompt. That's a new norm in today's AI world. If with the right system, every creation is just a prompt. In CubeOne, that is slides design is a prompt. So I decided instead of keeping the secret to me, I would create a feature like the Forge one. Like Forge. So this is how I design it because it's so reliable. I come back to it hundreds of times for hundreds of prompts. That's how to work. Yeah.
Okay. Is this feature live yet?
hmm it's fully live. It's in our like main generation model.
Yeah.
And I just launched a free version where you can just use it a couple times to first experience it and then decide if you want to buy this.
Okay. Um, Interesting. When did you launch, I guess, this new feature?
The last Saturday, very
Last. Okay.
fresh.
So very new.
Yes, very new.
Probably too new for retention metrics on it.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
okay. I think you've mentioned to me that you're planning a big launch now to announce this new feature. Is that correct?
yes.
Okay. Have you done any user tests with it where you like sit down with a user and watch them use it in front of you?
Yeah, I have done a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working great for them because it's
Okay.
just that simple. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Because I
hmm
generally, it sounds like essentially you have your initial product, right, which is generating a deck, and then you're
hmm
bringing on the second product now, or the second feature now, which is about
hmm
editing the generated deck, right?
Yes.
So it's generally very difficult to start bringing on a second feature to a product. Um,
Really? You
and
feel the
yeah,
same? hmm
well, I'm not I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I am going to try to bring up like problems that founders typically face when they bring on a second
Mm,
feature,
I
just so you
see.
know about them. I think you're
Yes.
probably
Okay.
right based on how you described it, where you use this feature yourself a lot. Your churn was pretty high. The way that your customers were using your product seemed like they wanted this feature. Like I think you took all the right steps to make it
Mm-hmm.
sound like you're probably right to move in
Mm-hmm.
this direction. Um, but there's generally some difficulties with it. And I just want to talk about that quickly, just so you're kind of aware of them. Um, it's a problem that I had, and I've done this many times in my career, where we'll launch some initial feature, it'll be successful, some initial product, and then we're like, oh, we can finally now add all these other things that we wanted to add initially, and we start adding them all, and then it hurts our initial customer base because
Mm,
now when people are signing up, they don't know how to use our platform because
mm,
I like to use this analogy of Airbnb, where
mm,
if you were to like try to copy Airbnb's UX UI, because they have the best UX UI designers in the world building their website and building their mobile app. So why don't you just take what they've proven to work and then apply that UX UI to, I don't know, if let's say you're building a marketplace as well. It won't work, right? You won't get any
mm-hmm,
conversions. And the reason for that is that the UX UI of Airbnb is the best for an established, well branded product that is trying to maximize revenue from middle to late adopters. Startup founders, they have a completely different clientele. We deal with early adopters, and we're trying to get conversions from early adopters and then give them a good experience. And there's this saying, easy come, easy go. So by definition, early adopters, they must inherently be people who will try out a product quickly. And if they don't get like an instant satisfaction from it, they'll move on to try out some other new product,
mm-hmm.
right? They're
That
kind
makes
of people
sense.
with like shiny object syndrome. So they have
Mm-hmm.
very low attention spans, and your product needs to be extremely simple and straightforward in order to capture them and win them and keep them.
That's
So
correct.
typically what startup founders do then when launching is they start off with some product that's extremely simple, extremely easy, extremely straightforward. They capture those early adopters and they use them to gradually build up a brand where they just focus more and more and more on that exact solution that they're providing. And then eventually, as they build up that brand and they built up an established product line, then they can start expanding, right? And maybe
Mm-hmm.
provide some additional solutions or services. Um, Having said that, again, I do want to reiterate, I think you're right to launch this second feature based on everything you told me, but I just wanted to give you that as like a heads up that it's generally very difficult to do. So one thing that we've done a lot at Javelin Sports when we release more features is we actually don't tell anyone about them, right? So we'll make it so that new people coming onto our platform, they won't see our new features, right? And our existing customers, they don't really see them. We kind of just start trying to implement it into their flow, right? And again, Javelin Sports is a company that helps people book volleyball games in their area. So we slowly start implementing this stuff into their flow on a very gradual basis so that our existing established customer base who uses us all the time, they're the ones who see it and they're the ones who interact with it. And then once they start using it, we can then slowly add it to more parts of our app, if that makes sense. So like
Mm-hmm.
one example of this is like more social features where we added recently a following and followers feature for volleyball players. Um, we did not really make any announcements about this. We kind of just slowly rolled it out and started monitoring it, and then started gradually adding it to more things like letting people book games for their friends and letting people add their friends to their teams and stuff like that. And then it gradually picked up with more and more people using it. Um, Early on, we had a friend feature when we initially launched, and it just confused people. So we actually
Mm-hmm.
got rid of it. And then we found that our customer base was asking for it. So we added it back, but we added it back in a much more systemic way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I generally encourage founders to think about new features is try not to mess with your new user onboarding flow because it sounds like you have something really good that you've got right now where you get a lot of new customers coming to your platform to try you out. I would say try to focus the rollout on your existing customers and proving it out with them and being gradual about it. Um, would be
Yeah.
again. I'm not saying you can't make announcements about this or anything, but yeah, just a heads up. Once a startup starts doing two things, all of a sudden people just stop using it because they find it confusing.
hmm Yeah. I think if you are really doing two things, then that should be two product actually. So for this one, I think you're right. Like if you are messing with your new user onboarding process, that would definitely drive some people away. So what we do it is actually we are doing this gradually launch, which we keep all the existing feature like the killer generation feature as one of the mode, and we just ship a new mode on this new feature. So people still get to use the flow they're used to 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 be with, and they can experience this new mode, new feature. And we have a strategy called mini app. So essentially, we have this idea about we have a platform where we have the full features, so user can experience everything like the full life cycle. And we have the mini app frontier layer, which is that we try to extract like the mini tiny pinpoint, one of the very great feature we have that can solve, and turn that into something very quick, give you instant satisfaction. So what we do is that okay, this thing, this like Forge mode, is very easy. It is in our current system right now. It help you to tweak designs. And now, okay, it is also a very good tool if you just want to slice really quickly and just go, right? So right now, we just launched this mini app about this Forge mode, where you can just tweak a bunch of things very, very easily, just spend you a few seconds, and then you get a great design and you can just go. That help us to onboard, like to attract new users. But we don't use that to retain users. We use our existing system to retain users. So I think that covers some of the concerns you were talking about. And yeah, but yeah, I will be aware of like will this disrupt the current existing feature, existing users workflow. But yes, thanks for
Cool.
that.
No worries. I guess out of curiosity, do you have metrics for like website visits and then what percentage of those convert to new users and what percentage of those convert to paying customers?
Well, I think we're just doing average for website. It will be probably, I think we have a final number about visit to paying customer. It's about 3 to 5%.
Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty good, I think, for yeah, I mean that's pretty good for a consumer platform,
Mm,
consumer facing, entirely product led sales. Um, do you have accounts created to paying?
to
So what percentage
accounts.
of
hmm
accounts that get created convert to paying customers?
Yeah. So yeah. So this is actually oh, so you were talking about like the sign up to paying customer,
Sorry,
right?
I initially asked about website visits to
Uh-huh.
I thought you said website visits to paying customer. Now I'm curious about signups to paying customers.
Okay. I don't have the number with me right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think yeah, you're right. We need to pay close attention. The reason why is I'm more focused on the product side too. I focus more on like the paying customers retention and how much of the free user converted to paying user. Um, but I didn't focus much more on the landing page part of conversion. So that will be Eric. That's my co-founder. Yeah.
Okay. And I would argue product conversion rates are very much product related uh, metrics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially before you do a big launch like this, I think it's really important to know your actual product usage metrics as best you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll see that a lot where, in my opinion, there's two main kind of categories of metrics to look at that provide you the best, kind of most up to date health on your product. One is retention, which again, the issue with retention is it just takes a while to find those numbers. Um, and beyond retention, if you can even find like where your retention asymptotes to, that's even better. So ideally, you want to look for some percentage of customers who seem to just like stick around and use your product for forever, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's some tools online. This is called revenue retention, and there's some tools online that help you calculate that. So I recommend you looking at that. Do you use Stripe for payments?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can use Headline Deep Dive. I think deepdive.headline.com or headline.deepdive.com. A VC launched a tool that you can upload your Stripe data to, and it will tell you what your revenue asymptotes to. So that's a good solution there. Um, and then the other metric that I think is so crucially important that tells you how good your product is your activation metrics. So what percentage of accounts take the next step, right? So for you, maybe what percentage of your accounts enter a prompt? And then what percentage of those accounts that enter a prompt end up converting, right? And that gives you just a really basic flow so that you actually know how your new user experience is for your customers. I think if you are trying to optimize for both of those metrics, your long-term retention and your activation metrics, over time you do really see things compound and your product becomes exceptional very quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure that will be.
Cool.
I think we are launching this new mini app free free version that will get us this number you were asking about, like free users to, I mean, the register to paid customers. That will help us to do this calculation very easily. Yeah, I think, yeah, it will take us about 1 or 2 weeks at least to know this conversion rate.
Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's good that it's on your radar. Again,
Mm-hmm.
especially with a new feature launch coming
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
because you do have to be really careful. I've seen pretty what's the word I'm looking for? I've seen a lot of releases that look like nothing burgers where you're just making small tweaks to things completely cascade through your entire product and your customers' understanding of them. So you do have to be very careful with any kind of thing you tweak in your product. You will sometimes see it creates shockingly big impact in the long term.
Okay. Actually, I kind of want to push back on this a bit.
Sure.
Like, I get it that if you have a very stable product, like that has a very stable user base, then you need to serve mainly on the retention part. But I think for most of like early stage AI startups, we will claim us to be some like a super stable, figured out stage. It's gonna be more early stage for us. We have some users, but it's not huge money. So I will say our strategy now is to just trial things super quickly. So we kind of launch every day, like iterate every day. So launch something small, fix something small. So it's not that, and we see return from this behavior actually, because we learn a lot and we see customers are slowly liking our product. That's one thing. The other thing is that we rather that keep what's working just untouched, just put it there, and then create a separate stream that is doing the similar thing but a different mode, or a mini app, or this kind of like creative stuff. So we can quickly launch new things and take advantage of the website traffic. So they can use those stuff to convert them into some like paying user. So almost like it's like a gaming room here. You back credit from us because we do the credit-based paying system. And you can use the credit to buy all kinds of different gaming machine, like use different kind of gaming machine. So as long as they solve your real problem about size. So that's actually our strategy. Instead of maintaining something very carefully, I think that will slow things down if too careful is too careful. But you are right about if something already work, you need to be careful. Yeah.
Okay. I guess along that vein, then, if you're unsure about how good your product is currently working, have you considered just doing like a full release or a full pivot on this release? So rolling up the previous product and just launching this new one?
I think we don't have to do this, but this new feature is almost looks like a pivot, but it's not actually a pivot because we have the old like the existing mode available for existing users. But we're launching this thing as a new mode. Yeah. So for slides, they have different specific pinpoint. Some of them they already know what to tell, what they want to say. So they just want the things to be designed in the slides format. That's one user. The other user, they even have an existing deck already. They just don't like design. They want the whole thing redesigned. So we have the fix mode. And somebody, they don't even know what to talk about. They only have the ideas, so they can do the brain dump with all the materials they want to include it. So that's our full generation pipeline. So I think what we are doing right now is just so we create a different mode to target different needs of the users. So they know this is the ultimate platform for them to solve the size issue.
So if you did find one of your modes, again hypothetically, if you found one of your modes, you launched it and people just loved it and they used it all the time and nothing else got used. At that point, would you be comfortable canceling your other modes or removing them from your platform and just focusing on the one mode?
I think that will be yeah, that would be viable. If something obviously more successful than other mode, yes. Just to cancel everything else and all in on one mode.
Yeah, because again, in the first version of my product that I released, we did everything, right? Like we would let people book um courts, we'd let them book leagues, we'd let them split bookings with friends, um we did like matchmaking, we had groups, like we did everything we could for like all these different sports. And then we just found only our drop-in volleyball games were selling. No one was using our platform for anything else except for
Mhm.
drop-in volleyball. So we gutted everything. We removed everything that wasn't just drop-in volleyball. And then we spent 3 years focusing on making a good drop-in volleyball platform. And I say making a good one. I don't even know if we're there yet, right? Like I still think there's a lot we have to work on and build in this space towards making our drop-in volleyball platform better. But it was only after about 2 years that we're like, okay, we can maybe start focusing on some other stuff. And we started looking into launching in new cities, right? We started looking into launching new features. We started doing tournaments. So it was a very, very gradual process where we actually ended up adding back a lot of the stuff that we removed initially because our product, when it was new, it just wasn't ready for those features. Um,
So that was great feature, but wrong timing.
yeah.
Mhm.
And again, I know at the end of the day, you're the founder, so like everything I say, it's up to you to make the decision, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to know your situation as well as you do. Um, but I did want to bring that up as just something to consider because I
Mhm.
do feel like a lot of founders, including myself, tend to kind of overstuff their product with different things and then nothing
Mm.
ends up getting used.
That's a pattern. Yes.
Um, cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
So anyway, with that being said, outside of this launch of your new feature, any other big things you're working on?
I think this is the main thing we're working on. We are actually super excited about this. Because like I'm not sure if you were there like when we do the presentation on a Bitter Sunday.
At Shopify, yeah, I heard yours. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was good. You guys did look excited for it.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so after that, we got a lot of like follow-up chat, and people are showing their high interest into this feature. And I think, yeah, you gotta make people really experience it first, and then decide. I knows like how good how good it is. Well, before we don't have any free tier at all, so a lot of people just come to me, okay, please let me first use it for free, and I think this will benefit you, this will benefit me, and a lot of people gonna buy your product. I think yeah, that's just some feedback we need to listen to, and is this not the first time we get this feedback? But for this feature, we are more confident about people will be converted from the free feature from the free user to the paid user. So we are actively preparing for this testing for this experiment, right? So we set a budget and we allow some free users to use it for free, and then we see the conversion rate. If that's really great, we're going to expand to really decent free trial feature, free trial thing in like in as part of our business model. So this is something big. So aside of the feature, we're launching a free tier, to put it simple.
Okay. What's your timeline on the free tier?
First tier will be the first stage will be launched at the end of this week. The next stage will be depend on the conversion rate calculation. If that's going well, that will be the end of the next week.
Okay. That does seem like a lot of things. Like you just launched a new feature, you're doing the announcement on it, and you're launching the free tier all in kind of one go.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that can be a lot to have on your plate. Just I guess be careful doing that, given that you guys. I think you're a team of two, right?
Team of two, yes.
Yeah.
Team of two, but
Um,
not really. We have
okay,
Claw.
that's fair.
With Claw Code.
Yeah, that's,
Actually, like starting from this year, we were more focusing on selling stuff. Like because we did too less about marketing, like about selling, about let people know about us. So we just go full on that. But before that, I was doing a lot of development and coding, and sometimes it can be a nightmare, like to fix stuff, because AI was not that good yet. Hmm.
yeah. I do think prior to really focusing too much on sales and marketing, your product needs to be at a point where it's, I think, a good product that can
Yeah,
keep some customers around for the long term. Like some percentage of people who use it are like, yeah, this is mine. I'm
yeah,
going to
have
use it for
something
forever.
scalable. Hmm.
Yeah. I think that's a necessary first step. And then
Hmm.
once you're there, that's when I think you can start making the decision. Should I be focusing more on new customers or should I be focusing more on existing customers? And with new
Yeah,
customers, it's more sales and marketing. Existing customers, it's more product and service.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So I what I want to say is that there has been a while I haven't used Cloud Code to help me develop anything. And recently, as I pick it up, oh wow, it's another level already.
yeah.
It- wow, it's super good. So right now I can launch something I needed to do 1 month in just 1 day. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because they have launched like a code review feature, right? So in before, the most of the time for me, it consumed in the code reviewing.
Hmm.
But right now, the security risk they found out, the bugs they found out is super good. It's something I don't even identify if I do it manually. So it allows me to ship things really fast. So I would say it's two of us, but not really because, well, this just changed everything.
Yeah. No, it's these new models are getting really good. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Mhm.
I guess I was just gonna say, how do you typically make announcements? Do you use a
Product
newsletter,
hunt.
product hunt?
Yeah, product hunt mainly. And yeah, product hunt mainly. We just use product hunt and we just try to launch some on some other platform, but Peloton just works the best for us. Newsletter will be a way so communicate with the existing users, but yeah, so for new features mainly we want to attract new users for growth, right? So Peloton is the main way, and we will do it on LinkedIn, do it on any platform we can. Yeah.
And I guess you want to get your free tier out in addition to your new editing tool
Yes. Yes.
before making the announcement.
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited to see what the metrics show.
I will keep you updated. Yes.
Yeah, and then I'd love to if it works out and if this is the feature that you think like yeah okay we got to go all in on. I'd love to have a follow up call and chat about what that looks like.
Sure.
And if it isn't quite it, I mean don't be discouraged. There's always something new you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, startup entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Well, it happens a lot. It happens a lot, right? Just you just think something going to change everything and just stuff go all in on it, and then nothing big really
Oh yeah.
happened. Yeah, it happens a lot. It's okay. It's okay. I'm
Yeah.
used to it.
No,
I
I've
want to make
had that a
sure.
million times.
Yeah, I just want to make sure every time I just put my full passion into it, and just do whatever I can to make it happen, so I don't regret. So, yeah.
Yeah. I do I do think like that sometimes you can tell a little bit. Like if you're personally so excited to and you love using your product, I think that's oftentimes a good sign that other people will too. And it
Sure.
sounded like you use this feature that you're launching a lot. So I think
Yeah.
yeah.
I Well, I don't know how this works. Like, is it possible to share my screen in this?
Sure. If you
Like,
want to give a quick demo that works.
that's perfect. That's super easier. Like, yeah, I just cannot use my words to describe it. Well,
There is a
okay, cool.
share okay, there you go.
You see it. Okay, this is the in-app version. I will show this first.
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, this is our main app, right? It's just a regular slides app,
Okay.
and I think this is the best way to show it. So when you start from scratch, okay, you want to create some slides. You think, okay, maybe just let's just make it something simple. Thank you, slide. That's all you have in your mind right now. Then just to click it, just to generate. You see, about 2 or 3 seconds, you have the first version. Okay, I realized that I didn't put my name on this. So Ben is the speaker, and just to put on the your name on it. I like this, presented by Ben. Okay, that's great. And then I will say, okay, my contact. That's almost necessary. And the other thing that's very important is your website. That's the only thing you want the audience to actually remember after all of the fancy talk. CubeOne. Okay, this is my website. So I want the audience to know, like at the last page. Okay, I have it, but it's too small. So make the website super obvious. Okay. I don't know how. I don't know the design. I just wanted to make it obvious. Okay, it's not obvious. It's not obvious. It's not super big here. And if you don't like the design, just regenerate it. It's okay. And it's too boring right now. So make it more interesting and add some decor. Okay, I have some temple is okay. AI will figure out. Okay, it's sounded better, but cooler. And I don't know if you can notice that. Yes, it's slightly better. It added
Mhm.
some decoration. If you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
notice, yeah, the whole branding stuff is very aligned because we have the whole branding system about the color, everything, and you can steal any design from here, right? So basically, that's it. Less than about like 20 to 30 seconds, you already have a slide you can use for your presentation, and it's very
Nice.
easy.
And to get this initial deck here, in this
Yeah,
case, was it done through it was done through your main tool that you have right now.
yeah. So here. You can see whatever you want. You can upload a bunch of things. It will plan the content for you. It will generate the whole thing for you, and you can tweak it like this super easy.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see all the past version just by this. Yeah, you don't need to be too anxious about this. And
Very
there's
cool.
another thing. Yeah, thank you.
And that just to clarify, that prompt feature on the right, that's the
Yeah,
new
let me
feature?
go back. Yes, this is a new feature. This is a new feature. Okay, let's go back to this. This is a new feature. It's very easy, right? It's very simple.
Yeah.
You can touch anything, like logo or anything. It will just put on the slides. And can I continue? Do you mind?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. So this is the mini app I was talking about, but it will be very different when we actually launch this. But yeah, this is the mini app. So this thing just allow you to create something very quickly. For example, I just want a market slide. All right, just give it some random number here. Okay, 20 billion. So M is about 2 billion. Okay, SAM is about 200 million.
If you're showing us something, I can't see it. I'm still on
Oh, so
your
sorry.
too much or too little control. Okay, now I
Cool.
see it.
Let's start it over. Okay, cool. So what I did is just to give some random prompt here.
So
Because I
this
want
makes
a slide.
single individual slides.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you want, you can click like choose any of this like style, tweak the color, but I will just keep it default right now. Okay. Now you have a market style. And if you don't like this style, you want to make it more artistic or something, you can select something else and it will be slightly different. And whether you want to use bar graph.
I think your Sam and your Psalm are backwards.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying. I think your Sam and your Psalm are backwards. I think you probably mean uh, 2 billion Sam and 200 million Psalm.
Yeah. You mean this slice is making it backwards, or I mean, you mean my numbers are wrong?
Like the number, I think, which is
Okay,
probably why your slide is a little confused.
right. You're right. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
want to
there
show
we
you
go.
that. Yes. Thank you for this.
No worries.
Yeah. And if you wanted to make a dark theme, you can just say this dark theme. Yeah, it's dark now. And if you want it to be purple, it will be purple. Yeah, things
Cool.
like that.
No, it looks good. If this does work out, I imagine there will probably be a lot of like scaling issues that arise. And that was like
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons why it took us so long to build our current drop-in platform is we just couldn't handle the volume of users that we had. So we had
Mm,
to keep rebuilding and tweaking things to make it operate faster and smoother and better. Um, so just be ready for that if this takes
yeah,
off. It does look really good, really clean. I like the live editing. Obviously,
thank
like
you.
the elephant in the room, I guess, would be Claude just launched their design studio,
Mm-hmm.
which can handle pitch decks. But I do really like what I see here. It looks good.
Thank you so much.
Um,
Yeah, this is almost another thing, another stream of editing experience. I've tried the Claude one. They're really good for their own way. But I think we are unique in some way.
mhm.
Yeah. So about this, like big company versus small startup, like I get this question a lot. So what if some big company use your design, you like create something you are doing? What if they do that? Yeah, they can do that, but there will definitely be something small, something more specific in some use case that they don't solve well. But it happens so that we solve it well. So you know what? Customer will just come to us. Okay, this is a cool feature called Studio Design. I just uploaded this thing. I
Uh,
just created exact same design here using my branding. Yeah. Sorry
no,
for
I
interrupting.
like
Sorry.
that. Do you have that in your main platform as well?
Yes, actually, it's even easier in my main platform. You can just upload this thing and say that, okay, steal this design, steal some design, and it will do the same thing. If they do want this to be a separate tab, okay, we will make it a separate tab.
Okay. No, I'm impressed. One thing that you see is the way consumers evaluate features is if they see a feature that looks ugly or is unintuitive or is bad or difficult to use, that'll make them think your whole platform is bad, right? Like
Yes.
they evaluate your entire platform to the level of your worst feature. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons that it's so hard to add multiple features to an early stage product is it's hard to do multiple things very well. So I do want to give kudos to you on this. I don't know how it will feel at scale for customers, but at the very least, from what I'm seeing here, it looks clean, it looks smooth, it looks nice. Um, I think this whole thing of adding text below by like line by line might be
Mm-hmm.
a little confusing. Like people might not understand that intuitively, that they just keep hitting enter and adding something new. Um,
Mm-hmm. You mean here?
yeah, because if you think of how most prompting works right now, most prompting works is people start off from a blank text box every time they enter a new prompt.
Yes.
So
Well,
you have a
mm-hmm.
different flow from what people are used to here. So there might be some friction there.
Yeah, I believe that it could be some friction, but I think they can get used to this very quickly because um so people actually they want some automate prompt they can start with. To get this automate prompt, they need to do this back and forth. And then they will say, okay, extract everything we've talked about into one prompt so I can carry this with me. So carry this prompt with me that represent all of my intellectual property I just created with an AI is very common to see in this world, in today's world. Well, this thing just to make that easy actually. So I think this is probably be a better way than just a round by round talk because you lost what you have input. But actually here, you can add all of your data here. It will never get lost. You don't have to worry about the memory stuff. Well, that's just a new way. And yeah, we will see like if there's a friction or if this is innovation.
Yeah. I think it's this example that I go back to a lot where what is best for your customers and what they'd like most in the long term isn't necessarily what gets them using your platform in the short term. So
Mm-hmm.
we had this happen recently with a rating system for teams at like tournaments. Right now, skill level matchmaking at volleyball tournaments is really tough because you can't run like you run an intermediate volleyball tournament and you have some of the best players in your city coming out to compete in it, and there's just no good way to handle that right now. So
Mm-hmm.
we built a rating system where when players win, they move up, and when they lose, they move down. And we launched it, and everyone hated it so much because it was new to what they were used to doing, right? They didn't want
Mm,
to try something new. So it was another feature that we gutted and completely removed and instead built something much more similar to what people are used to and gradually got people comfortable with that and then added back the rating stuff. And I say that
mm.
we're in the process of adding it back now. Um, so yeah, just be careful with that. Again, just want to give you this as a warning. Is this is very different from what people are used to. So you might see a lot of fall off here where people just get stuck, don't know what to do, and they just hit X. Um,
Mhm.
but anyway, that's just something to think about.
Yeah, I think we've considered this problem, but yeah, I think what we can do is do the best we can to solve this problem is to show some kind of demo like this. This is not a good demo. This is just to give my co-founder a better idea. He's an expert on this. He will create a better example here to tell people how to best use this thing. And I actually very relate to what you just talked about. So I even add this tips bar here to tell people like how to use it best. Because I learned this actually from Cloudcode. They used to give a lot of tips about how to use Cloudcode. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No,
Mm.
I like it. I'm excited. We'll be interested to see how it goes. Are there any other questions or any other things you want to show everyone?
I think that's everything. That's a great talk.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks so
Learn
much
a
for
lot. Thank you so much, Justin. Yeah,
no worries. Thanks for coming on, Ben. I will see you around.
sure. See you.
Okay.